Hello, folks. Welcome to the Mindset Artistry Podcast. I'm your host, Dave DiPaolo. This is episode number 6. We are going to talk about taking L's. And what I mean by that is sometimes when someone loses something, if they lose a competition, they lose a game, whatever it is, people will say, he took that L, she took that L, take that L. And it's usually in, a way that they're trying to make fun of you, cut you down, make you look bad. And you'll hear it a lot, oh, they took that L, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. Usually, this is coming from critics and trolls, people who've never really accomplished anything, and especially have never really accomplished anything great in their life. So they feel better trying to cut people down and say these types of things. And so you'll hear it a lot, especially now with, keyboard warriors online, people that can talk about someone or say something about someone with no repercussions. A lot of people are very, very tough behind a keyboard, but wouldn't maybe say something to someone to their face. And they know that. But people get a lot of courage behind a keyboard, behind a phone, and they say a lot of things that they probably shouldn't. But you'll hear that a lot. Take that L, take that L. Oh, that person took that L, blah, 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 blah. All that other stuff. So today we're going to talk about that, and we're going to jump in a little bit more, and I'm going to talk about what taking L's really is. I'm going to talk about what taking L's really is for winners and champions and successful people, okay? But I want to start with a couple quotes, and then this is going to maybe put some things into context for everyone. And this one I'm going to read from my phone because I don't want to butcher it and I don't want to miss anything. I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed. That's from Michael Jordan. In my opinion, the best basketball player ever that I've ever seen. And at least, look, I'm 45 years old, so I'm not going to go back to the Wilt Chamberlains and stuff like that. I'm only going to talk about people I've seen with my own eyes. But this is a great quote, and this just tells you the mindset of someone like him and how he feels, okay? And we're going to get into that a little bit more. Another great quote is from Wayne Gretzky. You will miss 100% of the shots that you don't take, okay? So here's two guys, and Wayne Gretzky's arguably the best hockey player ever too, by the way. So here's two guys that are the best to ever do it in their sports. And these two quotes are so strong and powerful. Michael Jordan saying all these times that he failed in his life and all these times that he came up short and didn't succeed in what he was trying to do, but that's why he succeeds, okay? That's why he has 6 rings. That's why he has 2 3-peats, okay? No one maybe will ever do that again, especially in basketball. And, that's why Wayne Gretzky was so successful, why he had the most points, why he had the most goals, all these other things, because he wasn't afraid to take the shot, okay? You gotta have amnesia when it comes to these things. You miss a shot, you lose a game, you do something wrong, you fail. You got to forget it. You got to shake that off your shoulder, go back out there the next day and do it again. And everyone on that team needs to look at you like this guy is not, guy or gal is not afraid. This person I can trust to win. Because, they might not win, they might miss that shot, they might not do this, they might not catch the ball, but I'm confident that they are our best chance to win because this person puts in the work, does all the right things, is a leader, puts all the time in the back end, all the practice, all these other things, and they're not afraid. Okay, that's the biggest thing, because when you're afraid to take that shot, when you're afraid to put yourself out there, when you're afraid to try something new, when you're afraid to be great, because that's really what it is, then you're never going to do it. You're going to be stuck right there at average, okay? Fear will keep you right there at average. Fear will make you never jump in and try to do something. Fear will make you never accomplish anything great because you're too afraid to do it. The winners, the most successful people, the champions, they don't look at it that way, okay? They understand that they're going to fail, and this is why, okay? Taking an L those losses, those L's aren't losses. They're lessons, okay? Because that's what it's all about. No matter what, if you do lose, if you do fail, if you do come up short, you take all of that, and that's a lesson, okay? They're lessons. Now you can look at that and say, all right, what do I need to do to get better? What do I need to do to not fail? What do I need to do that, this one thing, they stopped me, they exposed me in this way, they played this certain way against me, and I wasn't able to overcome it. Now, what do I need to do to make sure that that doesn't happen again? What do I need to do when I come back next year, next season, whatever it is, to make sure that that doesn't happen again, okay? And, Kobe Bryant was a good example of this too, where he found out that, towards the end of the games, he didn't have the stamina when he was young in his career, and, his shots were coming up short. And that's a telltale that you're tired, you're exhausted, your strength's not there, your conditioning's not there. So he went out of his way to get stronger and tougher to make sure that that doesn't happen, to make sure he can play the whole games at the end of the season, and make sure that he's, going into the playoffs ready to win as strong as he possibly can. And this brings up someone that I want to bring up that actually trained Michael Jordan. He trained Kobe, Dwayne Wade, Barkley, even LeBron, and a lot of other guys. But Tim Grover, I would suggest that you go read his books. But Relentless is the first one I would start. I think he might have one before that, but Relentless, and then there's another one called Winning. But Relentless is amazing. And what he talks about is there's 3 different categories of someone that's a player, that's on a team, or whatever it is. There's the cooler, there's the cleaner. The cooler, the closer, and the cleaner. Okay, those are the 3 categories and steps into something. And you could look at it as good, great, and iconic. Okay, so the cooler. Look, you're a professional, you're good, you're a role player, you're an asset to the team, and, you're better than most of the people out there. Because if you look at how many people actually make a team, how many people are in the NBA, how many people are in the NFL, or in, whatever other sport that's out there, there's not a lot, right? So, you get the collegiate level, and then, to go pro and to stay a pro for a long time, that's you're a different class of an athlete, and a different class of skill to stay into that that league, right? So, the coolers, look, they're very good asset to the team. They have certain strengths, they have certain weaknesses. You can rely on them for certain things, and there's other things that you can't. Okay. Then you got the closer. All right, the closer's a step above. This is a great player. They'll make some game-winning shots. They're going to make some amazing plays. They may be a good leader in the locker room. They may be someone that, you can rely on, that you can learn from, all these different things. And look, they're your like right-hand man, right? They're the person that they're a lot more reliable than the coolers, okay? You know that, hey, I could trust this person for certain things, and they're not going to be afraid. They're not going to, they're not going to shy away from competition. They're not going to, shy away from a hard thing or a tough thing. And they're super important. They are great players, okay? Then you have the cleaner, okay? The cleaners are the Michael Jordans, the Gretzkys, the people like Kobe, and the list goes on. And look, these guys are icons, okay? They are the ones that they want the ball at the end of the game. They're not afraid to miss the shot. They're not afraid to fail, okay? They want to put the team on their back and go out there and win, okay? And it's not for selfish reasons. It's not for, personal accolades. It's not for, breaking records and all these other things. They're doing this to win. That's it. They want to win games, win championships. That is it. That is the stat that they are working on, okay? And they want it all. They want all the pressure. They want you to rely on them. They want to take that game-winning shot, to take that pressure off someone else, okay? Those cleaners, they're different, all right? They're going to be misunderstood. There might be people that don't like them. They're going to work harder than everyone else. They're going to be in the gym while you're out partying. They're going to go out of their way to find the best trainers, the best nutrition, the best techniques, all these different things, just like Tim Grover. That's why Jordan found Tim Grover also, because he was getting the shit kicked out of him by the Pistons when he was a young player, a team that I think had like 4 Hall of Famers on it. And, he said, I got to get tougher. I got to get stronger. I got to put the extra work in if I want to excel and beat these guys, right? Same thing with Kobe. He looked at the results that Jordan got, and he said, who is this guy, Tim Grover? I need to do him. And here's the best part about this story when it comes to Kobe Bryant. And, he had went to, Tim Grover, trying to get him to help him, take it to that next level. And people asked him, like, how's things going with Tim Grover? It's amazing what he did with Jordan and all these other guys. And Kobe said, I don't know. I'll let you know. He hasn't done shit for me yet. So that's the attitude of people like that is, they have these people in their lives, but they're disposable. Because look, if you don't get the results from this person or this thing, then like you're not there anymore, right? I'm going to find someone else that can. Now, here's the thing. I'm talking about sports a lot right now, but you can apply this stuff to business, okay? You can apply this stuff to the people in your company, the people at your job, right? You can apply this to your friends and your family. You can apply this to anyone in knowing like who you can rely on, who you can trust, who's going to give it their all, who that is just different in that way, who's good, who's great, and who's an icon, right? In the story of your life, and whatever that is, personally or professionally. So a good way to look at that, and you can apply, and most people in business most people in corporations or large businesses, or even small businesses, will apply these standards and these ethics and these different things to their company. And look, at the end of the day, business and sports are very, very similar. You want to win. You need to have a good team. You need to have a good culture and all these different things. So this is a great way to kind of look at, the business side of things too. So, whether you're an athlete or not, or you're just in business, read these books, study these guys. You will learn a lot. You will learn a lot about yourself. You will learn a lot about the people around you, and you will learn about what you need to do to be great and to be successful. Okay. And then I'm going to get into that a little bit more, but just to kind of recap here, when someone says, take that L, you're taking that loss, blah, 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 blah. Don't look at these things as losses. Okay. They are lessons. Okay. Because winners, champions, and the most successful people out there aren't afraid to fail. They welcome failure because they know they're going to learn from it. They're going to get better. They're going to get stronger. They're going to look for other ways to get better. They're going to see how they can strengthen whatever it is that they're trying to do, condition themselves, work harder, find different tools and different things that are going to make them get better. But you don't do that unless you lose. You don't do that unless you learn from that failure and you look at it and say, all right, look, I can't go out there and do the same exact thing that I just did because that resulted in failure. That resulted in losing. So what do I need to do to fix that? What do I need to do to get above that? What do I need to do to take this to the next level? And that's what it's all about. So when you see these different things and these different stories out there, and again, I'm going to take it back to business again, you can look at some of the most successful businesses ever, some of the best entrepreneurs ever, some of the biggest, largest companies ever. At some point, they failed over and over and over and over again, and they might have been really, really close to actually going out of business. Elon Musk talks about this, that I think it was like Christmas Eve, and the company was like relying on one thing to keep them going. And if it would have failed, it would have been over. There's no Tesla, there's no SpaceX, there's none of that. So that's the thing, how close people are to failure sometimes, but people don't see that. People only see the finished product. People only see the end game. And they say, oh my God, look at this. Look what this person accomplished. Look what they did. They're so lucky. I love that one, right? But they don't realize all the work that went into it, all the failures that went into it, all the things that didn't go right, all the things that they had to overcome, all the growing pains, all that other stuff, because they only see the end result and they think it was all, sunshine and rainbows, when really it's not, and it never is. Anything worth having is going to be difficult. Anything worth having is going to be very hard to accomplish, because if it was easy, everyone would do it, okay? And that's the thing. People are afraid of that. People are afraid of the work that goes into being great. So instead, they'll find excuses. Instead of finding a way to do it, instead of finding a way to get better, and instead of finding a way to succeed, they'll find excuses, right? And some people will never even try. Some people will never even put themselves out there. Some people are so afraid of failure and what other people will think and say about them that they will never try to accomplish their dreams and what they really want to do, okay? And that's sad. And look, but at the end of the day, for someone like me, for someone who does want to win and get better and continually better themselves, we need losers, okay? Plain and simple. And hey, that might sound cold-hearted and mean, but at the end of the day, winners need losers. You know why? Because those losers are just getting out of the way of the winners, okay? Those losers are afraid to do it. Those losers are never going to actually go out there and do something great because they're afraid to put the work in, or they think it was easy, and in the minute that it does get hard, they fail, they quit. It's over. I can't do this, right? Look, it's not supposed to be easy, okay? That's what it's all about. Like, it's supposed to be difficult. You're supposed to fail at things. It's not supposed to be an easy road or an easy process, okay? But the beauty of this is that's how you learn. That's how you get better. That's how you get stronger. That's how you build your mental toughness. That's how you get grit, right? Like, grit's very important in life, in business, and anything else. That grit will get you through, because you can look back at it and say, man, look what I accomplished. Look what I got through, right? You can look back at these different things, and then that just fuels everything else in your life. Like, look, I got through that. I can get through anything. I did this. I can do this again, right? That's why you see people that are rich, they go broke, and then they're rich again 3 years later, because they already know how to do it. They know the process. They know what goes into it, right? So, look, stop being afraid. Stop being afraid of failure. Stop being afraid to miss a shot. Stop being afraid to, catch a ball. Stop being afraid to go out there and try to accomplish the things that you want to do in life, because when you do that, you're just stuck right at average, right? You're a worker bee. And look, if you're happy with that, and that's all you want out of life, and you're just fine kind of maintaining and getting by, whatever, and I'm not, whatever your financial status is, all right, if you're happy, cool, and you won. You figured it out, right? But that's the thing. If you're not happy, and most people aren't happy with their financial situation. Most people are not happy with their work or their careers or their business. Most people are not happy with where they live, the car they drive. Most people are not happy with, the condition of themselves, their health, all these different things. And if that's the case, then you need to get it right. You need to do something that you've never done before to get what you really want, because if you don't, you're going to be stuck right there. You're going to be stuck right there at average. It's funny, I got this alarm going off over here, and it's perfect timing. It's on this one watch that I have. But maybe that was what you needed to hear. Maybe that alarm going off was the alarm telling you it's time to go. It's time to get after it. It's time to jump back in the arena. It's time to, shake off those failures that I had in life. And you know what? I don't care. I'm going back out there and doing it. I don't care what people say. I don't care what people think. I don't care if people are going to make fun of me. I don't care if this is going to hurt my ego a little bit. I don't care if I need to take a few steps back to go 100 steps forward, right? So that's the way you got to look at life. And that alarm going off, that might have been the alarm that you need to hear in your head telling you, get after it right now. Stop being afraid. Stop being afraid to fail. Because if you're afraid to fail, you're never going to succeed. Think of that Michael Jordan quote. Think of that Wayne Gretzky quote. They're so powerful when you think about this, especially coming from some of the greatest that ever did it, right? They're not lying to you. They're not saying this to sound cool and sound, like they're saying something that you don't know already, right? You got to know this. You got to understand that failure is part of winning. It's the biggest part of winning, okay? Look, so let's stop looking at an L as a loss. We got to look at these L's as lessons. Take that lesson, okay? Get what you need out of it to get better. Take that L and turn it into fuel. Take that L and say, all right, this is my fuel now. I know what I need to do. I didn't like losing. I hated it. I didn't like it. I don't like the way it made me feel, okay? I didn't like how it made made me depressed and upset. So I'm not doing that again. I'm going to do what I have to do to win, okay? That's the difference. You use it as fuel, okay? You use all the people that made fun of you and talked bad about you and told you couldn't do it and said, I told you wouldn't be good enough and all that. Use that as fuel. Use that as after you do come back and you do win and you do show everybody, now you could look at them and you don't even have to say, I told you so. Because you know why? Those people are losers. People that will sit there and try to cut you down, not build you up, not inspire you, not try to help you in life, they are losers, okay? But here's the thing. We need losers. You know why? Because you can look at those people, you can use that as fuel, you can make them your enemy in your head, and then that's going to make you better. That's going to make you get to greatness, okay? Use it as fuel. Use it as your comeback story. Right? Everyone loves a comeback story. Everybody loves an underdog, right? We watch these movies all the time of someone who wasn't supposed to do it, someone who maybe was past their prime, people were saying, someone who came back and proved everyone wrong. What's your comeback story? I want to know, right? What is something that you failed at in life that you can look back and say, you know what? Now I'm going to prove everybody wrong. Now I'm going to show them I can really do this. And I'm going to put in the work. I'm going to look at all these things. And I'm going to look at the lessons and look at what I need to do to get better. Okay? These things, these failures, they build up like armor. Okay? That's your character. Okay? That's how you need to look at this. These little like chinks in your armor, that's fine. Okay? You're battle tested now. Right? Now you know what you need to do. You learn from it. Those scars, those injuries that you had, the hurt, the pain, all that stuff that you went through, you use that now and you can look back at it and say, that's who I am. I overcame this. I went through that. I endured that pain to be who I am today and to come back and show everybody that I'm a winner, that I'm a champion, that I'm successful, okay? Look, this stuff is so powerful, and at the end of the day, this is a big part that people just don't understand. Look, everyone wants to win, right? You're not going to win at everything in life. And again, this is sports, this is professionally, this is your family, this is whatever. You're not going to win at everything in life. It's impossible. There's too many outside factors. There's too many other people trying to win. You will lose, okay? That's part of life. That's just it. But you will learn more from your failures than you ever will from winning, okay? You will learn more from those times that you didn't accomplish what you were trying to do, where you came up short, where you lost, where you did something wrong that was the direct result of you losing. You're going to learn from that, and then you're going to get better, okay? If you always win, you don't really learn much from that, okay? Because we've seen this plenty of times too, that people do start off and they win. And then when they do lose, when someone does have their number, when someone does expose them, it's over. Okay? The world crumbles around these people. They can't handle it. Okay? Because they've never experienced loss before. They don't understand what that is. They don't understand that you need to take that loss, use it as a lesson, and come back and get better. There's some people that never come back from a loss, and that's sad, because you could still achieve so much more great things in your life if you just look at this in that way. If you change your mindset to understand that these losses are really lessons, and that's what's going to make you better. That's what's going to make you the champion. So look, I know I threw a lot out there in this, some quotes, some reading homework that I hope you do. Really, read Tim Grover's books, listen to his speeches, check him out on YouTube. I mean, the guy it's incredible. Okay. So I don't want to ruin that for you, but I would highly suggest that you check out his books and his content. But look, this is what it's all about. Okay. Again, you're not going to win at everything in life. It's impossible. That's just part of life, but we can learn from those losses and we can get better. And that's what it's all about. And this stuff's so important for your mindset, for your mentality. And it's everything. It really is. You look at anyone who's ever achieved anything great, or someone who is an icon, I promise you they've been through failure. They've been through loss. They've been through these, horrific things in their life and overcame them and gotten better. And that's what it's all about. So that's it, folks. Thank you for joining. This is episode number 6. Thanks for joining the Mindset Movement. Please like, share, follow, check us out on social media, show this to other people that you think it could help them as well. I want to hear your stories also. If there's things that you have overcome, if there's things that you have, with everything I talked about, maybe experienced in your life, let me hear about it. I want to hear about it in the comments. I want to hear about it on our social media. I want to build a community of like-minded people that want to be there to help each other, support each other, fuel each other, not knock each other down, not to, be trolls and all that other kind. There's more than enough of those losers out there. And again, we need them, but we need people in the mindset movement also that are going to be good people, that want to see people succeed, that want to help other people. That's what it's all about. That's a great way to live your life, and it will help you more than it helps other people. And that's something that others don't realize. So that's it. I'll see you next week. Thank you for joining.